Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day to get some shit done, man. And it's Friday, May 21st. Yeah, Friday's my favorite day, man. Another week like that gone. Another week like that gone, man. This week's been pretty good, to be honest. It's been a good week. Something kind of random happened to me today, actually. I just got off work, right? So, uh, I was at, I was leaving work, and then, well, actually, no. Let me backtrack real quick. So anyway, at work today, I was talking with my coworker, right? And I see my coworker. He's like this like older Asian guy. And he has like, usually he wears like long sleeves and stuff, but today he wore like a t-shirt or like a short sleeve shirt, so I could see like his arms for once. And when I looked at his arms today, I noticed he has some tattoos. I was like, "What? This dude got tattoos? That's crazy." So anyway, he had a. I couldn't read it because it's like in Vietnamese, but I asked him what it meant, and he's like, oh, he was telling me about how it's like a quote that meant like, oh, a boy can live wherever he wants, something like that. I don't know. I didn't really understand. But anyway, what really matters is that the tattoo that was on his arm, he had another one under it, and this tattoo, I was really wondering what it said. It was like four letters. For some reason, I don't know. It was just I was like, what is that? So I'm like, hey, what's that one under though? And then as soon as I said that, this dude instantly I felt like the energy change when I asked that question. I was like, oh shit, I might have asked something I shouldn't have asked. So this guy, he he well, he kind of feels awkward for a second, like it's like an awkward silence, and then I noticed my coworker my other coworker entered my area and was standing behind him. So that guy looked at him, and then the old Asian guy I'm talking about, he kind of walked away for a little bit. So I was like, oh shit, did I make him mad? But then he walked back. So I think he was just trying to think what to say, I think. So he came back to me, he said something like, he was like, oh, this girl fucked me. I'm like, what? I'm like, did I hear that right? This girl fucked you. I was like, oh, I'm thinking in my head, oh, he got fucked over by a girl. And then, he's like, it was hard to tell because one, he has an accent, a really thick accent. His voice is kind of like hoarse and like muffled, like hella deep, and he has the mask on. He has two face mask on, but yeah, he's like, this girl fucked me. He's like, you know what I mean? He's like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like she did something to you, and then he just went on talked about how when he was young, he's like, when you're young, you're dumb, you're stupid, you make mistakes, stuff like that, and then he was talking about how I think he said like a girl did something to him when he was young or tricked him or something like that. Anyway, I couldn't really understand. I was like, oh, what does that have to do with the tattoo? And then he explained. He went explain again. I didn't really understand, but from what I do understand, apparently when he was younger, something happened between him and a girl, something like that. And I don't know. I could tell it was like it hurt him though, obviously, because he got a tattoo on him. And he's like, oh, this is forever now. I was like, I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, hey, there's laser tattoo removal now. But I don't know if I want to tell him that. It's whatever. I don't want to tell him what to do with it or anything. But yeah. Anyway, he walked away, and I was talking with my other coworker after that, and I was like, hey, do you think it was rude? I'm like, hey, I did something. I'm like, I don't know if it was rude or not. And I told him about what happened, and then he was like, it depends. It depends if it's your friend or not. 'Cause if it's your friend, you can ask them stuff like that, like it's whatever. But if it's like some random guy, that is personal. So I was like, yeah, makes sense. So anyway, I'm like, I think it was cool. I don't think he got offended by that or anything, you know. But anyway, I still felt bad that maybe I brought up some bad memories or something, or maybe it was too personal. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was good. So I was leaving work. It's time to go. Time to clock out. I'm walking to clock out. I always pass by his area to say bye to him and stuff. So I passed by his area. I'm like, hey, Don. Oh shit, you didn't hear that, okay? You didn't hear that. I'm like, hey, hey man, I hope nobody heard that name. I don't know how to edit this shit. So yeah, if you heard that, uh hopefully nobody knows who you are, my guy. I doubt it anyway. You're old. You're like in your 60s. So I don't think you have any friends that be watching podcasts. So yeah, ignore what I said. I said hey dude, that's what I said. But anyway, uh I was like, hey, um sorry about earlier if what I asked was too personal. I didn't mean to bring up any bad memories. I didn't mean to ask you something that you didn't want to talk about. And he's like, oh, no, it's good, it's good. And then, I guess everything was good. And then he pulls out his phone, and he wants to show me on his phone. I thought, I'm like, all right, are you about to show me, like, the girl that hurt you or something? So then he pulls out his phone, and he goes through his emails. He showed me, like, this random-ass email about, it says something about save 60% on hotels, something like that. He was asking me to read it to him. I'm like, why is this dude asking me to read this thing to him? The fuck? So I'm reading it. I'm like, yeah, just telling you about get deals on hotels and stuff like that. And he was all like, he's like, oh no, I guess it was the wrong email. So he went to another email and he showed me it again, and it said something about something shipped. So I'm like, yeah, it's talking about how something shipped, and then he tried to tell me something I couldn't really understand, but he was talking about how he received 2 bottles and how he was gonna try them and see if they work, see if he liked it, and see if and if he liked it, then he's gonna tell them that he's gonna buy some more. I'm like, oh okay. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, yeah, how do I tell them? I'm like, wait, I'm so confused. What's happening? I'm like, who are these people you're trying to tell? And why are you even telling them this in the first place? And this. And it kind of got confusing. And he's like, he said something, and he walked away to his jacket, and came back to me with like a pair of his car keys. I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna go to his car. So we walked to his car, and then we get to his car, and then I see like looking in the window, I see he has something on the floor, like a package. I was like, oh, that must be that thing that shipped the 2 bottles, whatever he's talking about. So he grabs that and he comes to me. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, these are 2 bottles. Like, yep. And he pulls something out of it, like a piece of paper out of the package, and tells me to read it. I'm like, oh, I read it. It was just like a receipt of his shipment thing. I don't know what he's trying to tell me, but anyway, he's like, yeah, I tried to he's like, he's like, yeah, I want to tell them that if I like it, I will buy again. I'm like, oh, okay. And he shows me. I get a peek I'm holding the package, right, and I get a glance at the bottle, and I was like, oh shit, is that what I think it is? I'm like, oh shit, I look away real quick. I'm like, I don't want to be nosy, I'm like, if that's what I think it is, I don't want to be in this business, and I don't want to, you know, I'm like, that's some personal stuff. I don't want to, I'm gonna give him the respect and not look at what he ordered. But I still glanced at it real quick by accident, and I think I'm not sure what I saw, but if it is what it is, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, he talks to me more about how he needs help with this, you know, and I'm like, and then he pulls the bottles out. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to see what it is. And then he pulls the bottles out, and he pulls out 2 bottles of enhancement pills. You know what I mean? Some male enhancement pills. He pulls out 2 bottles of these. I don't even know what it is. Like, it's like this random ass brand. It looks kind of shady. Like, it looks like a cheap plastic bottle, and they just print out a sticker on it. It didn't look right anyway. But it said like male enhancement, increased performance, increased size, and increased other stuff. So what he had was it's like some like dick pills, to help you get hard and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, there's some real stuff. I'm like, damn, man, I feel bad for you. I feel really bad for you. And yeah, yeah, I was like, shit, man, I feel bad for this guy. And then he, I was like, oh shit. I looked at the bottle and I looked at him. I'm like, do you have trouble getting it up? I'm trying to say it like kind of awkward. I'm not trying to you know, I'm like, just like a personal issue with him. I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable or anything. So I'm like, I try to just say it as nice as possible. I'm not gonna say like, oh, you can't get hard. I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm like, oh, you can't. You need help getting it up. And he's like, yeah, man. And he went on and he told me about his problem. He said, he's been trying for a while, with him and his wife. Like he tried like a bunch of pills and stuff. I'm like, you tried Viagra? He's like, yeah, I tried Viagra. It don't work. And he told me he tried a bunch of stuff. It don't work. He said he went to the doctor, got prescribed some pills. Maybe it was Viagra. I don't know what it was, but it didn't work either. I was like, oh shit, I feel so sad for this guy, man. He's just trying to, you know, he's older. I don't know what's his relationship with his wife, but maybe there's stuff going on. I don't know, man. I didn't ask, but I'm like, damn, that sucks, man. Sucks that you can't, get hard and please your wife. I'm like, that's for real a problem. I feel bad for him. So yeah, he told me about all his problem. I was like, oh shit, fuck, I don't know what I can do, man. Fuck. I'm like, I heard about this one thing. I watch No Chaser podcast. The one with Timothy Delgado, that dude. I watched that podcast, or I listened to it, and one of the podcasts be having like sponsors and stuff. So one of the sponsors of Tim's podcast is actually a like dick pill company called Blue Chew. I don't know if it's called dick pills. Like, what's the correct term? I don't know. But anyway, those pills that get you hard and stuff. Yeah, he's sponsored by one called Blue Chew. I remember always hearing about it. And Tim says it works. He said he pops one, chews it, and it helps him. So I'm like, shit, I don't need it 'cause I'm only 21. I don't have that problem. But yeah, with this dude, my coworker I'm talking with, I'm like, shit, maybe he needs some Blue Chew. So I told him, hey man, I heard this one thing called Blue Chew. Try it out. I gave him the website, bluechew.com. Try it out, man. And I gave it to him. And so anyway, yeah. And then I went about my day. I was like, all right, man, I hope those pills work. If they don't, try Blue Chew. He's like, yep, I appreciate it, thank you. And then I went about my day. But I was so random. I was just trying to apologize to this guy about his tattoo, and then I kind of got dragged into this whole personal situation with him having ED, erectile dysfunction, and him trying to find pills. I was like, shit, man, you don't know what people are going through, man. When he told me that shit, you don't know what people are going through. People just be going through work. They could be having erectile dysfunction. Yeah, and you don't even know, man. This guy walked by me every day, and the whole time he had ED. Felt bad for him. Fuck. Hey, but I'm like, hey, man, if they work, let me know. Come, like, if I'm 60 in the future and I can't get my shit up, I'm about to buy some too, man. I'm about to buy some too. But yeah, man, that was a quick little random ass story, If you have if anybody listening to this has erectile dysfunction, hey man, try some. And Viagra don't work, try Blue Chew, okay? BlueChew.com. Try that. Hopefully that works. But yeah, I just want to tell that quick story. Anyway, thank you for listening. I appreciate it, for real. Appreciate you taking time out your day, listen to me talk about some bullshit. Appreciate it, man. Anyway. Hope you have a good day. It's Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you enjoy it, man. I'll enjoy mine. All right, goodbye.